very lucky. I feel very lucky for a lot of reasons, but we'll just stick to beer today.
And why do you feel lucky today?
I feel lucky because
you feel lucky, punk.
I do feel, wow.
Do you?
Oh my gosh.
Wait, I'm sorry.
This is not a Dirty Harry moment for any
right.
reason whatsoever. This is a, well, I guess hops kind of come from the dirt. So it could be a Dirty Harry moment if there's some guy named Harry picking hops.
Picking the hops. Dirty Harry hops.
Dirty Harry hops. Wait a minute. That could be good. We've got it off on a tangent.
That's right.
Okay,
We'll come back.
We'll come back to that maybe.
We're back.
What we've got today is it's a limited release, but there's a lot of them, so I don't know quite how to quantify that.
It's a series of limited releases.
It's a series of limited releases, and they're all kind of the same, and we've had one before, haven't gotten a podcast on it, but finally we were able to grace ourselves with a few more bottles.
Yes. You've got, you surprised Mick quite a bit.
I did. I surprised Mickey Road Liquors with my my desire for this beer in particular. And that's what we've got. Another something from Stone Brewing for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith. And we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage we are about today is Stone's Enjoy by 5/17/2013.
That's right.
It's kind of it's a specific date. Doesn't really tell us a lot about what the beer is, but these are essentially, I heard somebody say, and it may have even been Mick, who said that now that they don't have the vertical epics going anymore, that they were looking for like a new kind of program or something sort of new, and this was his thought. I'm not sure if that's just something that he came up with or if he's actually heard that somewhere, but so this is a new line that they came up with. These beers that need to be consumed by a certain date. In this case, it's May 17th.
Yes, the date on the bottle is 35 days from the bottling date. And that's what they've done for this whole entire program. Their whole idea is that as soon as they bottle, they are put on trucks immediately. They don't sit in the warehouse. Bottled, put right on the truck, and then the trucks go right out to the distributors. So within a week from bottling, this is hitting the shelves.
I think this is April 13th. April 12th. April 12th.
Yeah.
So
as soon as it gets out, like I said, they're trying to get this right on the shelves, get everyone the freshest possible because, as I think we've probably talked about on the show before, hop character and that kind of flavor, aromas, that's what dies down the quickest. And that's what they've done here is they've made a super hopped premium, and it says IPA, but we were just kind of talking. It's really a double IPA.
It even says on the back. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, the front just says IPA, but then on the back they expand that into a double IPA.
A double, yeah. So there's 7 different hop varieties within this beer. I do not know them all, and for some reason they don't really list them on their website, which we'll have a link to at AboutBeverages.com. But if you watch a couple of the videos they have about this series of beers that they have. The brewmaster Mitch Steele, he does rattle them off and talk about them, and it's I believe it's about 7 different kinds, and one of your favorites too, the Nelson Sauvin, is in here as well.
Always good.
Yeah. So, all right. So for the particulars, what I got this for around $6.99. You've seen it a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, I saw it for $6.29.
So $6 to $7 is what you're going to pay for these.
I know what I was going to say. Oh. It's not available in every state. Is it? It's not even available in every state that Stone sells normally to.
It's actually based on regions somehow.
Right.
They kind of as they're ramping up, they're getting ready to bottle and getting ready to do that. They make a decision on what regions are going to get the next batch. Because the last one that we were able to have, we got a few bottles of the 2/15/13.
Is that what it was? Is that long ago already?
Yeah, it was, so that was actually sometime in late January when we were able to get a hold of that, and it had been a couple month delay now since we've gotten any more here in Arizona.
I think was there one in between those two bottlings?
Oh yeah, they've had about 2 or 3 more.
So
pretty much every month you'll see one. There was one for April. There's this one that's for May. So every month there's probably one of these hitting store shelves in one of their regions that they distribute to. So.
Originally Arizona was not one of the original test markets for this, but
they started this. I think one of the first ones was bottled in, I want to say, September last year.
That's what I think.
Something
I remember
like
seeing
that
as well. So yeah, no, we're glad to see this making its way back. And that's the thing too. They wanted to see what regions were going to be able to support this sort of concept. Who was going to, what beer consumers were going to be out there buying this and enjoying this. And if they weren't selling enough in a certain region, then they're going to either find another region or ship more to the other regions that are drinking more. So
yeah, they've got quite a little viral marketing campaign going on too, because you can go on their website and through Twitter and Facebook and every other kind of social media thing, you can vote that you want the next batch. And supposedly crowdsource that somehow to see that there's enthusiasm for it, and that's how they also factor that in as well. So if that's true, that's very cool. Higher on the alcohol too. We should mention a little
9.4.
9.4.
Yeah.
So
and now
what you'd expect from a
and
double.
as we always do, full disclosure.
We've not had any one of these yet. We've been waiting for you guys.
Yeah, we haven't tried one yet.
That's completely a lie. No, we've both
I've had
already,
one.
We've both already had. I've had about 2 or 3 already.
Good thing you did buy 10.
I know. It's
Well,
a good thing.
but you gave away 4.
That's right. Yeah, some are being given away to friends who aren't lucky enough to find any, because it's hard to find these. And make sure too. A lot of times, if you go into your larger liquor stores, go up to the information desk and check behind the counter.
I think we've talked about this.
Sometimes they have things hidden behind there as well. We won't mention exactly which ones, but different places. Always ask them either if they know they're getting some in, or maybe they may have some that they just haven't stocked yet. So that's another way to be looking for it.
Yeah, it's just still such a cool glass.
Yeah. Still loving these glasses.
And where did I see? Oh, was it an Imbibe? Has a little thing on these glasses.
Oh, do they?
I think they talked about
I hadn't finished
one of
my
them.
read through the new one yet.
Bubbles coming up in the middle again.
Yeah. Nice, mostly clear. I gotta have a tiny bit of haze.
Yeah, a little bit. That's funny though. It pours a lot. Maybe because we had it sitting for just a little bit. It took. Sometimes when I've poured these, they're not clear initially.
Okay.
Or not even this clear initially. There's yeah.
Because we had that conversation last time with the previous batch where I was like, oh, mine's clear as glass.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, mine was actually a little bit cloudy.
But then it got that way after
Okay.
a little bit of sitting. It's funny watching one of our videos on YouTube the other day on my TV.
Oh, yeah.
The glasses, when we're holding them up, a lot of times the glass disappears.
They usually disappear. Yeah.
It's kind of cool though.
We see more light in here. If we actually had more direct light, then we'd have a little bit more
then we'd
separation.
be hot and sweaty. And
We would. We don't want that.
you'd also see us more clearly.
Our beers would get too warm.
Yeah, that's right.
Just that nice kind of golden color.
Yep. Getting some like pineapple or guava or something that I initially.
Oh,
and then I get the undertone of the caramel, and then I get the savory. I'm refraining from onion ring.
I don't get it, but see, I don't get any of that.
See, I get that. I get a little bit of that savory note.
I totally agree with the pineapple, that pineapple, fresh fruit, maybe even a little peach. There's some great citrus in there, and then that goes into the caramel. Then you kind of get into the malts a little bit, and then that final layer for me, I agree, is a nice savory like sage, maybe even a little basil or thyme or something like that. This is
okay.
Yeah, it's dry hopped as well. That's the last 2 things. The last 2 hops that are different are part of the dry hopping.
Okay.
See, it's just like everything I want. Like that aroma is just wonderful. Like, I mean, I don't know why they don't make a perfume out of this. Would you love to come
cologne?
home? You give Kristen a nice little kiss or a hug or something. That'd be nice.
Smell beer on her skin.
Have a little Rachel. Just like, that'd be nice. A little cologne, perhaps.
I know Kristen likes the beer breath.
Which is
on
random.
me. Yeah, I know. I've always been lucky that way. What?
This is delicious.
Yeah.
There's no other way to describe it.
The caramel malt note comes forward a little bit more for me.
Yeah.
It's maybe not. I wouldn't say dominant. It leads though, and then it leads into the hops for me.
Yeah,
but which is good.
It's a nice little wave of sweetness, which kind of adds. There's a little bit of body to it. It's not overly heavy, but enough so that you know it's there. And then I agree. Then it just kind of waves into this just wonderful. The aromatic, all the things we talked about in the aroma, I get completely in the taste. Almost everything. Yeah, I literally think everything comes through. I'm getting maybe the citrus blends together a little more than in the aroma, but the citrus is there. The savory is there. There's just the right amount of bitterness. I mean, for a double IPA, it's not ridiculously bitter in any way.
No.
You know, which I guess that's something they do talk about in the videos. They don't do a lot of early hopping where you get a lot of your bitterness a lot more toward the late. So. But yeah, that's just very flavorful. It's great with.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been having it with dinner and different foods this week. It works with almost everything.
Yeah,
that's just so good.
I get more of the savory and less of the citrus myself, but I still get all of those great things in there. They are
for me. It almost reverses how we talked about. Like you were getting in it, which I agreed with. You get the citrus in the aroma, citrus, then the caramel, then the savory. Now. Drinking it, it's the caramel, the savory, and then my finish is the citrus.
Yeah.
So it almost goes the exact opposite direction.
Yeah.
Because the citrus for me is almost like the last little gasp Yeah. I couldn't figure out a way to describe that any better, but yeah, that's exactly how it is, because it's literally like, it feels like there's a puff of something.
A hoppy gasp.
It is. A hoppy last breath.
These guys, I don't know. I think they have a future brewing beer.
Guys, yeah,
they have a future brewing beer. I think they're gonna do well. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, I wish they would do. I just wish you could get more of these. I wish it, but then I guess that's kind of the idea, is that they want to turn that inventory over. So I get it.
Yeah, yes,
but
we
yeah,
do.
it's delicious. I would love to compare a couple of the other IPAs that we've held in such high regard. I would love to be able to have a couple of these together to
Like
to
what?
try.
What would we-
Like the Pliny the Elder is the one that always comes to mind. Anytime I think of one of my favorite IPAs that unfortunately I've only had once, so maybe I'm already building it. I don't think so, because when I've looked at other reviews, we're not the only ones that love that thing to death. But like then when I drink something like this, I think, man, this seems like this was real close with just the amount of character. But I want to say that one might even be a little bit smoother.
The Pliny?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Pliny is pretty amazing.
So I don't know what but I would love to, some of these ones, like, it'd be neat to get together some of the ones, like, these are my all-time favorites, get a couple and be able to really kind of go back and forth to see what's there. But this is just
a trip to California to buy some Pliny.
Yeah, this is just an amazing beer that if you can get your hands on it, I recommend at least getting a bottle, even,
Now how do you remember this in comparing those to the last Enjoy By?
You know what? I'm pretty sure they're all the same.
Are they?
I don't really have an exact recollection. This seems very similar, but when you go on their site, at least they don't say like, well, this one's this and this one's this. They're all lumped together. That like, here's the new one of it. Here's the new one.
Oh,
and when you read the video, so. I mean, every batch of anything is always going to taste slightly different. So I'm sure they've maybe adjusted, or if we don't have quite as much of the Galaxy this time, so now we have more than Nelson Savant. Those adjustments may be made. I don't know how good they are.
See, I don't remember the caramel component from last time.
Okay.
Or at least being as strong. That's just me. I don't know if I put it in the drink database or not. But and I did. You know what? I did drink one after 215.
Oh, how was it?
Good.
Yeah, it was terrible. I poured it down the drain. It is amazing how good they are with that date, because as soon as that date hits, garbage.
Eric and I were joking that if I open it, it'll like explode or something like that. It's programmed to no,
yeah, and that's the thing.
Beer.
If you do, it's not like it's gonna be bad after this date.
No.
But that is, when they're saying, you're going to start.
That's when they feel that you're getting diminishing tastes, I guess.
Yeah.
Diminishing
Every
aromas,
day that
flavors.
goes by, you're going to start losing some of those aromatics and
Right.
some of the oils and things like that. That's what breaks down first, and you start getting more of the other stuff. So, absolutely fantastic. I cannot recommend this
and
one
getting
more.
better every day.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, Ken Graves.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everyone, head on over to the website at AboutBeverages.com and definitely check out the tasting notes for this beer, as well as where it hits on our recommendation scale. And while you're there, check out everything else that we've got going on. We've got a lot of beers coming up in the next few weeks. We've got things from Dogfish on the way. We've got actually another Stone beer in a couple weeks. One of their oaks, their oak smoked, their limited release Belgo beer, or no, it's not Belgo this year. One of their limited release barley wines. Thank you, the oak smoked. So lots of great stuff, lots of seasonal things.
And last week we had a Stone, one of their collaboration beers. Or you've had a couple of them, but you brought over one to share to Dad.
Oh, I did. Yeah, the Perfect Crime.
The Perfect Crime,
and that was great. It's a black saison.
And
it was really good. I recommend that one
tasty.
too. I can't remember the other two breweries with that, but that one was really good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot by 5/17/2013.